Hello, is it audible and visible? Okay.
Yes, sir.
So in our last class, we discussed about the pressure development in the hydrodynamic bearing. Okay. And also we discussed about the lightly loaded bearing, Petrov equation, that is what frictional force as well as the torque and power loss. So today we are going to discuss about important assumptions were made in Reynolds equation. Reynolds two-dimensional equation. So what are the important assumptions were made to derive Reynolds two-dimension equation for this hydrodynamic bearing? So it is an important question, and this question may ask for 4 to 6 marks. Okay. So briefly write on the assumptions made in the Reynolds equation, Reynolds two-dimensional equation. Okay. So the assumptions are, the first and important assumptions is there is no flow in the direction perpendicular to the motion. There is no flow. Yes, here you can see the first assumption is there is no flow in the direction perpendicular to the motion. Means this equation is belongs to no end leakage. There is no effect of end leakage. Here end leakage what we are considering is negligible. We are neglecting the end leakage. Means the flow in the z direction is zero. There is no flow in the z direction, means there is no end leakage. The first important assumptions, these assumptions we used in the derivation. Okay. So here there is no end leakage, means a flow in z direction is zero or neglected. It is a first important assumption. Second assumption, the viscosity of the lubricant. The viscosity of the lubricant is constant, is constant throughout the, it is a constant so it is a constant throughout the oil film. The viscosity of the lubricant is constant throughout the oil film, means the viscosity, it's a constant. It won't changes with respect to the length or width of the lubricant. Means the lubricant is present or oil film is present between the two surfaces. Okay. So between those two surfaces, this lubricant is constant. The viscosity of the lubricant is constant. We consider it is a constant. If you check in the entry or if you check in the exit, the viscosity is constant. If viscosity changes, obviously it will change the pressure as well as temperature as well as velocity also changes. So to avoid that one, we made the viscosity of the lubricant is constant. The effect of pressure and temperature on viscosity is neglected. So throughout the oil film, the viscosity is the same. So that throughout that oil width, the oil film width, it is same pressure as well as same viscosity with the same temperature. It won't changes. Of course, along the length it may change, but along the width it is constant. So change across the pressure is constant. Means if there is a two surfaces, okay. So here there is a fluid, and the fluid film having the constant viscosity along this. Okay. So it's a constant viscosity. The viscosity may changes along the length, but the viscosity along the width it is constant. So that pressure, whatever the pressure is here, the same pressure here or same pressure here. The pressure may changes here or may here or may here, but the pressure along this is constant. Okay, it is another important assumptions made for derive the Reynolds two-dimensional equation. So next is next assumption, the motion of the fluid in the film is laminar, means there is a laminar flow. There is no turbulence in the flow in the fluid. If there is a turbulence, it may affect the pressure or it may affect the velocity. So that the flow is laminar and smooth and laminar flow. So there is no disturbance from the fluid film flow to the temperature or pressure. So it is laminar flow. The next, the next assumption, what we made is the inertia force. The inertia force. Next assumption, the inertia force in the oil film are so small and their influence on pressure development in the film may be neglected. Means whatever the inertia force having the fluid film is very less and negligible because the oil film thickness is very small when compared to the length or compared to the surface of the two meeting surfaces. The thickness is very less, and between the thickness there is a fluid film, and we neglected the inertia force of that oil film. There is no inertia force, there is no mass. It means the mass effect on the fluid film is completely zero or neglected. If there is an inertia force or mass, of course it going to affect the pressure as well as the velocity of the Reynolds equation. So here we neglect that the effect of inertia force as well as mass effect of whatever the fluid film is negligible. It is also one of the important assumption. And next assumption, no slip occurs between the lubricant and the bearing surface. There is no slipping occurs between the lubricant and the bearing surface. The lubricant is met with the two surfaces. One is the top surface, maybe bearing surface, and other one is a journal surface. Okay, there is a perfect adhesion. So there is no slip occurs. There is no slip occurs between the lubricant and the bearing surfaces. And the next is assumption is the fluid film is incompressible. Yes, of course, it's a one of the important assumption. The whatever the fluid we are using, that fluid is incompressible. If it is a compressible, then there is no effect on the pressure. Okay, it won't generate the pressure because the fluid itself it will compress. So here there is no, it is not a compressible fluid. The fluid is incompressible. Then only it will generate the pressure as well as develops the velocity. Clear? And next assumption, a shear stress is proportional to rate of shear, means indirectly the fluid follows the Newton's law of viscosity. We already know that what is meant by Newton's law of viscosity. A Newton's law of viscosity states that a shear stress is directly proportional to rate of shear or velocity gradient. Here also same thing, the fluid which we are used, it is follows the Newton's law. Then this lubricant is called as Newtonian liquid or fluid because it follows the Newton's law of viscosity. Then it can be say that it is a Newtonian fluid or Newtonian liquid. It is also we are using in our derivation. The clearance between the two bearing surface is so small that the change in the pressure across the clearance can be neglected. Means the clearance between the bearing surface is very small. Between the two surfaces is very small. So that we also neglect the inertia force of the fluid film. And also we neglect the pressure across the clearance can be neglected. This assumption is already we made that either the pressure across the clearance is neglected or the viscosity is also constant. I already explained in the viscosity is constant along the fluid film. It is constant and also constant the pressure. So because here we are neglecting the pressure between the clearances across the clearance. So these are the important assumptions. First assumption is End leakage, there is no end leakage, means flow in the direction perpendicular is neglected. Z direction 0, viscosity constant, so that the pressure changes across that it is constant. The motion is laminar, there is no turbulence. Inertia force, we neglect the mass of the fluid film, so there is no inertia force and there is no slip. So there is a perfect adhesion between the lubricant and the surfaces. Whatever the surface having the velocity, the same velocity of the fluid film at the top level, okay, or the layer which contact with the surface, okay. So there is a perfect adhesion. There is no slip. The fluid film is incompressible. The shear stress means it follows the Newton's law of viscosity, and clearance is so small that we neglect the pressure across the clearance. Okay, so these are the important assumptions. By using these assumptions, we are going to derive the Reynolds two-dimensional equation. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
So this is what the derivation. It's a very important derivation in this model, and this derivation may ask in your examination for whole 20 marks. Okay, it's a very compared to other derivations, it is somewhat lengthy, but very easy derivation. Whatever the assumptions what we made, we are using those assumptions. We are going to derive the Reynolds equation.